to Tori Talks TV, and welcome to our review of Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 10, the finale. This episode's called The Winds of Winter, because winter is here.
Winter's here.
Winter has come.
Yes.
Yeah, so this episode starts out where it's beautifully done.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say, everything, the music, the cinematography, the way this all kind of like flows together.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off where we see Grand Maester Pycelle whispering to the little birds. Yeah, we're like,
what are they?
Something's going down.
What are you talking about there?
Yeah, exactly. So then it's the day of Loras's trial, and everyone's gathered there to see him. Everybody's like, looking their best, and so he ends up confessing, and he offers to renounce his name and claim to Highgarden.
Yes.
So he's like, okay, fine, whatever.
He's
I did
done.
it.
He's going to become one of the servants.
Right, exactly.
To the 7-star god.
Yes, exactly.
And then they carved one of those stars into his head.
That was really sad.
I
This
know.
poor guy has been through so much, but
He's
so
such a nice guy.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So then you see Cersei. She's being prepped for her trial. Right? Like she's got like this. I mean, it's a little different ensemble than she usually wears.
Yeah.
It's almost armor like.
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody's getting ready to go, but Tommen's still like kind of like taking his sweet time. I think he's like taking it all in. So Tommen's like, okay, ready to go. Let's do this. Roadblock. There's the mountain. And he's like not letting him leave his room.
And then, so he's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and we also are
that
like,
was a red flag.
What you doing?
Yeah. Yes.
So.
So Brother Lancel.
Yes.
He follows a little bird.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, what's going on here? So he
kid, like, runs away.
follows them under the sept. And he sees like the barrels of wildfire. So we're like trying to put together what's happening. And
Still
then he
have
gets
no idea.
stabbed
by the
one
little
of
guy.
the little birds, the children.
Right.
And then he's like, oh my god. So he's like crawling around. He's like trying to figure out what's happening. And then he sees like these candles burning in a puddle of wildfire.
And there's like green glowing.
They're getting shorter and shorter.
Right.
So basically we understand that the second they hit the puddle of wildfire,
something's gonna go.
Stuff's gonna blow people.
Exactly. So like Marjorie totally like realizes something's wrong because like where is Cersei and Tommen at this point?
Yes.
Like she's like, I mean they're waiting. Like they're waiting for this to like happen, and she's smart, very smart girl, and she's like, okay, something's wrong. We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And she's trying, and like that High Sparrow guy's like, no, just wait. Like
it's fine.
They're on their way.
Marjorie's like, look, Cersei knows what will happen if she doesn't show. She doesn't care because she knows she's not going to suffer the consequences. She connects the dots and she's like, we got to get out of here.
She like grabs her brother and she's like, we got to go. They're not letting her go. And then I think at that point the High Sparrow's even like, yeah, something's up.
Yeah.
Right.
Got played.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, something's up. So Cersei is like watching from afar.
Like in one of those archway windows, drinking wine.
Yes.
Yes.
All ready to go. And then the crazy inevitable happens.
Like the big explosion.
And it starts down at the bottom.
Brother Lancel.
Yeah. And just like this green explosion happens. And you see like the High Sparrow, like that green volcanic looking eruption thing. Yes. And that whole building and everything surrounding it is just imploded. And Cersei's watching and just like so proud of herself.
She's so proud of herself. She's
so
and then Tommen sees it.
Oh my gosh, Tommen. Poor Tommen.
Yes.
So yeah, he knows that like his beloved is gone, and like I feel like he feels like out of control at that point. Like I have no control over anything.
He's like, what am I even?
Why am I king?
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What good is there in the world?
Right. And on that note, you see him. It was kind of like weird. I was like, what are you doing? He's like they have like the window and there's like a little ledge, and like he like takes off his crown. I'm like, what, are you gonna go take a nap? What you doing?
He walks off screen a little bit and then he walks back on. Yep.
And just jumps out the window.
I don't blame him. I'm like, what are you gonna?
He's probably better off.
Seriously.
He's too good. He's too good of a person.
Yeah.
So now he's gone. Now Cersei literally has no children left.
Yes.
So now Cersei has got to get redemption.
Yes.
For that nasty lady, Septa Onella, who tortured her.
So let's be clear, though. Cersei is bad.
She sure is.
But at the same time, this is one of the, like, brilliant parts of Game of Thrones. Like, we're still mad at Septa Onella. who was really mean to her when Cersei was locked up.
Right.
So she's like, remember how I told you that my face would be the last you see before you die?
Yep.
And she's like, I'm ready to face my god. And she's like, oh, no.
It's not gonna be that easy.
You're not gonna die for a long time. Sorry.
Yeah. So...
She, like, locks her in the room with a mountain, and as she's walking out the door, she goes, shame. Shame. And although Cersei is a horrible person, like, look what she just did. Why do we also at the same time feel like, yeah.
I know!
Why are you so good, Game of Thrones?
I liked it.
Dang.
Yeah. I really did.
They mess with your moral compass.
I know.
Big time.
But I was okay with it. I really liked it.
Shame.
It was good.
Walks out.
Oh, it was so good. Dang it was good.
Oh, man.
So that all happened. That was like half the episode. It was so good. It was so well done.
Yes. Very good.
The music, the timing, the rhythm, the way that it just like it flowed was so perfect. Yes. So good start to the finale. Yeah. So then now at the phrase, I hate the phrase.
The phrase are horrible hosts.
Absolutely, the worst ever. Walder toasts to the phrase and the Lannisters and tells Jaime what a loser he is.
Well, Jaime tells him what a loser he is.
Jaime tells him what a loser he is, yeah.
Because you know, he tells him basically, you'd be nothing without the Lannisters backing you. And he's like, oh, have you ever even fought yourself? And he's like, oh, a man my age. And Jaime's like, no, ever.
Like, ever in your life.
Yeah, ever in your life. And he's just like, well, no, actually. Right. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Freaking phrase. Don't like you.
Exactly. Have everybody else do your dirty work for you. Yeah, anyway, so now Sam and Gilly have finally arrived at the Citadel. And it's not a very warm welcome. But the guy who's working there is like, yeah. He's like, you got your paperwork? Like, let's just do this, right? So Sam's like ready to like work on being a maester. Yeah. But then like Gilly's not allowed to go in there.
Well, women and children are not allowed in there, which he knew because remember he was trying to leave them with the family, but the family wasn't going to take good care of her. So I don't know what she's going to do.
She's going to hang out in the lobby the whole time?
I mean, they must have to make arrangements, but at least we know they're letting him in. Their records are not up to date because they don't know that like Jorah Mormont has died, any of that stuff. So Sam kind of has to fill them in.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they still think he's the commander.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they're going to let him study. So we'll see what accommodations are made for Gilly and baby Sam.
Yeah, you never know, right? Yeah. So now, oh my gosh, Davos. He confronts Melisandre about what she did to Shireen, like right in front of Jon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That was good though.
Yeah, and she like has to admit what happened, and Davos wants her executed. She's like, kill her.
Yeah.
She's no good.
He's like,
even though she brought back Jon. So like very complicated.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Jon's like, ride south and don't ever return, and if you do, you will be executed. So she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Here I go.
She needed to go.
She does need to go.
She was done. She served her purpose. She brought Jon back.
Yeah.
And now you can leave. Crazy lady.
Bye.
All right, so Lady Tyrell, we love her. So now she goes to Dorne, where she's going to align with Ilaria and the Sand Snakes, who offer to help her get revenge. Yes. And then, familiar faces there. Varys
comes out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
Where did he come from?
He's trying to go get alliances, like get allies for Dany.
He's working it a little bit.
So we didn't know where he was going, but now we know he was going to Dorne. So now he's got
that's right.
Them and the Tyrell. Well, what's left of the Tyrell?
Yeah, yeah.
But,
took a little bit of a hit there. Yeah. Very well done.
Yes.
Very
so
well
there
done.
You go.
Yeah.
More people for Dany.
Yeah. Speaking of Dany. Dany's ships are ready to go. We're ready to set sail, guys. Okay, so she... okay. So she has this like little heart-to-heart with Dario, you know, her lover. And I feel like she's basically like, hey, it's been fun. But like, I have to go and you can't come with me.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to stay here and hold down the fort, basically. And he's like in love with her. He's like, I want to be with you where you are. I want to protect you. And I love that she's kind of like, yeah, like, I'm good.
Well, and what she's asking him to do is an important thing because see what happens when she leaves for a little while. Like, all hell breaks loose and they want to, like, you know, go back to slavery. So she does need somebody reliable
to stay
there.
Governed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah, she can't just be, like, conquering and then leaving because then she's not really ruling.
She's being very smart about it. Yes. Yeah.
But she's also a convenient excuse to leave him behind also.
She's got things to do, you know, she's a busy lady.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. In that moment, also, she makes Tyrion her hand.
She gives him a little pin.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if it's right or not, because I've never had to do this before, but here you go.
Aww.
It's really cute.
Is that like her first ever?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big deal.
He's her first official hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he says something to her, which I love this line. He says to her, "You're in the great game now, and that game is terrifying."
Right. Way to prep her.
I know.
Way to get in her mind. Get ready.
But it's good that she's scared because he tells her, like, you know, only, like, mad rulers are not scared, like your daddy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Good thing he was mad.
You should be scared.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now let's go back and check in with Arya.
Oh, yes.
So now Arya's finally, like, left that place. No man's land is what I call it. And so there's a scene where Walder Frey has, like, this, like, girl, this random girl, we don't know who she is, and she's, like, serving him food. And he's, like, asking where his men are. Yeah. And she's like, oh, they're right here. And he's like, no, they're not. It's just the two of us here. Yeah. And she's like, no, they're right here. And then, like, in his pie,
that like he's already eaten a bunch of.
Yeah. There's, like, a finger. Yeah. So, yeah, she's like, no, they're right here. So then she, like, takes off her, like, face. Yeah. And she kills Walder Frey.
She, like, slits his throat deep.
Yep.
Just like they did to Cat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she's, like, smiling at him. And she's like, I just wanted, like, the last thing you see to be, like, a Stark smiling down at you. And sweet revenge.
That was a very satisfying kill.
Satisfying, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah. She gets to knock another name off her list. There you go. So now, oh yeah, Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Yeah. So he admits what he wants to Sansa.
Finally.
Yeah. He wants to sit on the Iron Throne with her at his side.
Gross.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so, like...
He's really smarmy.
But she took it well.
Yeah.
Right? She was like, haha, okay, that's cute. Never gonna happen. Ever in a million years. Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, oh my gosh, so...
Okay. So Benjen. Uncle Benjen leaves Bran and Mira at the werewood tree. And so then Bran has another vision slash flashback. And where he sees, so this is what we've been waiting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he sees Ned arrive. You know, he goes into the tower, and he's at his sister Lyanna's bedside.
Yes.
Right?
And she's, like, bleeding
She's,
everywhere.
like, bleeding. Yeah. And so then she whispers in his ear, if he finds out, he'll kill him. And we're like, who? What?
What are you talking
Who's
about?
going to kill him? What? Yeah. If he finds out? And then she says, like, promise you'll protect him. And then you hear, like, a baby cry. And, like, it's a baby.
It's a little
baby.
Like,
who is this baby? And then it, like, fades into the face of Jon Snow.
The baby is Jon Snow.
The baby is Jon Snow.
Like, born from her.
Ned's,
like a Stark.
Ned's not Jon's dad. Ned's Jon's uncle. What?
What are you talking about?
What is happening here?
It finally was revealed who his mother is.
What the heck?
We've been wanting to know for so long. Yeah.
Crazy.
That was huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So...
now we know.
So what we know now. So what do we know, though? So he has Stark blood. We always knew he had Stark blood because we thought he had Ned's.
Right.
But then he actually has Lyanna's blood. Well, same blood, I guess.
So who's his daddy?
Well, Rhaegar's his dad. But as we understand it, Rhaegar raped her.
Right.
And then she was left for dead.
Right.
That's what we know.
So he's a Targaryen.
Well, but he's a bastard Targaryen. So then what is he?
It's really confusing
really
at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we have a little bit more of a backstory of Jon Snow.
Yeah. And Kat hated Jon because he was because Ned cheated on her, supposedly, but that never happened.
That's true. So all this animosity and hate was for no reason.
For no reason.
But he couldn't tell her.
Right. Because he would have been in danger.
Right. Exactly.
So, the plot thickens.
Yeah, exactly. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. I was like, what?
Mind blown.
Jon, and then his face. Poor
He's
innocent
so
Jon.
I know. He didn't mean
He doesn't know what's happening. He has no idea.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, let's go back to one of the coolest people ever, Lady Mormont.
Oh
so she calls out all the houses of the North, and this is so cool. So this is what she said. She's like, House Mormont remembers, the North remembers. So she swears allegiance to Jon Snow as the King of the North. So, yeah, like, that starts the whole chiming, like, King in the North, King in the North. It's very reminiscent of when Robb Stark became the King in the North, right? Yeah, it's kind of cool. Anyway, so now Jaime is finally returning to King's Landing.
Yes. So he sees that Cersei is claiming the Iron Throne.
I mean, of course she is.
And he's, like, watching from afar. And I feel like this is, like, a turning point. He's like, what? So, you know, he stopped the Mad King from using all that wildfire to burn the city.
Right.
Like, that's why he became known as the Kingslayer. And now his sister, who he loved more than anything in the whole world, has done the very same thing. And now she's taken the Iron Throne.
She sits on the Iron Throne.
So he's watching her, and the look on his face is like, she looks at him, and, like, the looks that they exchange, I feel like he's like, it's a turning point. He's like,
something has changed.
Yeah. You're not.
The tone is different.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She finally got what she wanted. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So now, then, like, just at the end of the episode, we see Theon and Yara. They set sail with the Unsullied.
The Unsullied. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're actually crossing the narrow seas.
They've been talking about crossing the narrow seas. It happened. Now it's happening. Look behind us.
Oh, speaking of which, there you go.
Let's
yeah, exactly. And now dragons are flying overhead, and there's Davos and Tyrion and Varys and Missandei all in the front, and, like, everything's working out in Dany's favor, in my opinion. Anyway, and this is the last scene that you see, the last shot. Yeah. So save the best for last. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been so much fun reviewing Season 6 of Game of Thrones. We will see you next time when we review Season 7 of Game of Thrones. Can't wait. See you all there. Bye-bye!